Hello everyone. So recently I set up this Bristlenose / Pleco breeding rack. You might have seen it in one of my previous videos. So I had the great idea with this rack to try and run these tanks without lights, without artificial lights. This room already gets a ton of ambient lighting, like from this window behind me and this window behind where you are. So these tanks already get a ton of ambient light. So I thought, why not give it a crack and see if I can breed my Bristlenose without artificial lights. So I was a little bit unsure if this was going to work or not, because normally, when you have lights, you have like a system where, it turns on and off, giving them like a perception, like when it's night and when it's day, when it's day and when it's night. This room still gets a little bit of that, but just not as intense. So it still gets darker and lighter, but just not as intense as what artificial lights would do. So I set these tanks up without lights, and I had the great opportunity to pick up a breeding colony of lemon blight longfins. So you'll be able to see them here. Yeah, see these beautiful. So those are two males in that cave. So I got the colony, I put the colony in here, and 3 days later, I had this male right here on eggs. And I was actually a little bit surprised, because I've actually had a little bit of trouble breeding lemon blight longfins, but they have gone absolutely bananas. Like, this one male has been on eggs 3 times and is now on fry, and they have just not stopped breeding. So I've had so much success breeding them without lights, without artificial lights. And the fry have been surviving. There's tons of them around the tank. I'm getting like trappings every day. The adult fish are loving it. Like, there's no extra stress on the fish from not having artificial lights. And yeah, it's worked out better than I ever expected. And this means I can use less electricity and not have to find extra space for plugging in the lights. And yeah, I just thought I'll let you guys know that you could be able to do this with your Bristlenose at home. I would recommend that if you are going to do this, that you do have some ambient light hitting the tank, because they still need light. Like, this room, they still get light from the windows. Like, it's not completely blacked out. So you just want to make sure you definitely have some ambient light hitting the tank. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know how these guys go. So if anyone's starting up breeding Bristlenose and has like the tank near a window or in like a light lit area, they don't have to try and find the extra space for a light. They can just run a filter and a heater, like a sponge filter and a heater are the only things I run on these tanks. And yeah, it's worked out amazing. And if anyone's wondering what I did to breed these lemon blight longfins, all I did was I just set up the cave, your classic driftwood, and a cave for every male. I do find, it's actually very funny, this colony is extremely picky with their caves. So they only like these cylindrical caves, so these circular caves right here. I had 4 different types of caves in here, like the half circle, the smaller caves, and no, the males would not sit in them. And as soon as I put another cave exactly the same as the one where he's on wrigglers, he's gone into it immediately and made it his own. So I definitely recommend giving them a variety of caves to choose from to make, so then you can figure out which ones they breed better in. I also fed zucchini every second day while I got the colony, and just protein pellets for them. And that was really it. And they spawned within 3 days of me having them, and then they just kept spawning every week. So, just make sure that you're feeding zucchini consistently. I do 50% water changes a week, not cold or anything, just 50% water changes just to keep the tank clean. And then yeah, just like I feed bug buffet on these guys. So I just put some bug buffet through the tank, or green cuisine, or Dr. Bassler's. They just devour all of those foods. They're not very picky on which food. I think they just need the protein from it. And yeah, that's really it. They're not very fussy once you get them going, and they 100% breed better in a colony compared to pairs, because I had these as a pair beforehand and I had like no success, and then as soon as I got a colony of 10, they've just been consistently turning over batches of fry. So yeah, that's just little tips on how I got these guys to breed. They definitely are easy once you get consistent spawns from them, yeah, that's just breeding them. They're very easy fish to do, very rewarding, and they're fried, just adorable. And thanks again for everyone who's subscribed. As you might see on my channel, I've reached 100 subscribers, which I'm so pleased about, and just thanks so much for helping me get here. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and I love hearing from you guys. So yeah, thanks so much for watching.